Hey guys, welcome to the Top Percentile. My name is Anay Dave. I scored a 99.99 percentile in CET 2020. If you're new around here, welcome. The Top Percentile was created in December 2020. And since then, we've been the most trusted source of CET content on YouTube for the last 3 years. We've had 40 plus students get into JBIMS, even more in Sydney. But we have now improved our course year on year, and we have the same toppers who've got through JBIMS teaching this year in a new improved course with newer and much more things added. For example, one-on-one mentorship, group mentoring, doubt solving. TDP curated their own mocks with the toppers. So we've sat with them, discussed and analyzed what was needed, what CET has been asking, kind of trying to figure out how we can better it for you and come out with our own set of mocks and so much more. We have ebooks, we have everything you need. We are the one-stop solution for CET, and there are only 39 days to go. So if you are interested in CET and you want to be a part of JBIMS, link is in the description. Reach out to me, reach out to us for any questions that you have. All my links and all TDP links are in the description. Please make sure you reach out to us, right? Now, the main topic of the video, there are 39 days left for CET. As of today, as of the day I've uploaded this video, there are 39 days left. What should you be doing now? It's a very scary place to be if you've not studied and if you've not started your prep. But first and foremost, my first answer to all of your questions, yes, if you start from scratch right now, you can still crack CET, provided you have a game plan, provided you put in the hard work and you put in the right directed amount of effort. Putting effort, it does not only mean sitting for hours and sitting in front of a computer and just solving questions, right? You need to do it with the intent of solving questions in the test and being fast in the exam, right? It doesn't matter if you score X amount in mocks or X amount in an untimed mock without caring about how much time you're taking, right? You cannot get into JBIMS by just doing all of that. You get into JBIMS by taking tests, by taking mocks, and by studying in a way that's useful for exams. And that's what we're here to do. So if you're someone who's not started preparing or has not taken a mock test yet, this is your time. This is your sign to start studying and to take a mock right now. See where you stand. You need to know, because I'm going to divide you into 3 buckets. We're going to analyze and make a plan for the next 39 days based on where you stand right now, based on the mock score, right? So if you've taken more than one mock, please take your average scores or take your most recent score, what you're most confident about, right? Now, when I was taking mock exams, if my average was 130, but I knew that I was getting 120 comfortably, I would take myself as a 120 bucket. Don't take the outlier. See where you are most comfortable with, and take that as your standard benchmark for now. I think that's the best way to go about it. But I'm just going to put it very straight. There are 3 buckets that we usually look at. And this year, this is what we are focusing on right now as well. We usually see 110 marks. Are you scoring below that? Are you scoring more than that? That's the first bucket. So below 110 is the first bucket. Second bucket is from 110 to 130. Right, so the 20 mark bucket, and then there is 130 plus. These are the 3 main buckets that I want you to look at. Now, based on where you are, I want you to look at that part of the video and see the plan that we give for you, right? So this is completely tailored to where you are in your prep. Now, if a week or 2 weeks from now, you are in the other bucket and you increase your score, you increase it, and you, let's say, go to the 130 bucket from the 110 bucket, I want you to then focus on what I say for the 130, for the students getting 130 and the ones who are scoring in that range, right? So very simple. Let's just get into it. Now, first thing, if you're scoring less than 110, it's mainly because your basics and syllabus is not clear, right? It's a 200 question paper, 150 minutes. If you're not scoring 100, if you're not able to score 100, 110, usually that means that you've not completed the syllabus. So first thing that you need to do is go back to the syllabus chart. We've put this on our Instagram, we put this on our YouTube. Go through it, see where you are lacking and start marking it. Now, identify 4 to 5 major topics that you are constantly going wrong in. Once you identify these topics, take 40 to 50 questions per day and solve it. Make sure that you are finishing chunks of portion. It cannot be isolated. It cannot be just doing one chapter and being happy with it. You have to do 4 to 5 chapters. You have to do 4 to 5 topics, solve a huge number of questions, and then assume you finished it and go ahead. Take more mocks, take chapter-wise questions, take sectional questions, and then take mocks, right? That's kind of how we go about it. But the main idea here is to finish syllabus and to kind of keep covering as much as you can, right? The main thing over here is to kind of build that foundation. You are not on that diamond foundation as yet. You need to get there. You need to make sure you get there, because if you're dreaming for JBIMS and for CET and for a rank in CET, You have to make sure you score and your foundations are clear, right? So for you, if you are in this bucket, I would say right now you need to focus on giving 2 mocks per week. And then after 1 to 2 weeks, once you've finished more of the syllabus, increase it to 3 mocks per week and then 4 mocks per week as the day approaches, right? As the first bucket, if you're scoring less than 100, 110 marks. Now, if you're in the second category, if you're scoring 110 to 130, for you, your basics are now stronger than someone who's not getting that score, right? You are in a place where you are getting higher score, you are able to understand a lot more, but you're not able to do it in enough number of time or with enough speed to get a higher score of 130, 140, 150, right? So what you need to work on here is now again, split this into two parts. Think about how many attempts you have and how many questions how many questions you're getting right? So you're looking at speed and you're looking at accuracy. Based on where you stand, I would say you need to make a bit of a expert or bit of a informed estimate of what you need to work on more. अगर आपका accuracy कम है, तो please work on that first. If it's your attempts that are lower, that is the first thing you need to attempt. So that's the first thing you need to increase, and then again think about this: where am I going wrong? So do it for 2-3 mocks. Think again. You keep doing this. The entire thing of mocks, and I'm going to make a very detailed video on mock analysis now. But you need to constantly understand that it's just constantly reiterating, going through the analysis again and again, going through mocks, going through your chapters, going through foundations again and again, asking the same questions again. So ask yourself: is it speed? Is it accuracy that I need to improve? If it's at either of what it is, you need to focus on practicing with that intention. So if it's speed that you're going with, solve 40 to 50 questions a day with speed in mind in the topics that you think you are taking longer in. If it's accuracy, then figure out which questions you're not doing accurately. What is the root cause of that? For example, root cause of quants can be not doing calculations well. Root cause can also be not copying the question nicely, not reading the question nicely, right? So you can have multiple root causes and focus on improving each root cause by solving again and again, and focus only on those topics. Because obviously, the syllabus, let's say 80 to 90% of the syllabus is done by you. It's about perfecting it now and getting it into the 130 zone, right? So for you, I would say you should take 3 mocks per week for the next 2 weeks. Focus on the gap between the mocks and increasing your attempts or your speed between mocks. And after 2 weeks, you can increase it up to 4, right? Now, the last bucket I want to talk about, and you are extremely lucky if you're here, and it's great if you've worked hard and you've reached a point where you're scoring 130 marks now. But when I say lucky, I also think you are one of the most unluckiest people, because you need to continue this till the last day, and your mock score doesn't let you relax, right? If you're scoring 140, 150, 160, doesn't matter. You cannot get into JBIMS showing them that you have 117 mocks, but a 130 or a lower rank in the final paper, right? So that's why I say unlucky and unlucky, because you are lucky that you are focusing on very minute things. You're unlucky because the day to shine is still left. And there are people who are working very hard. There are people who are working extremely hard on each and everything, who are willing to come from 80s till a 150 in the next 39 days. So these 39 days it's very important for you to kind of focus on what you want and what you are working on. And that is perfecting your art, right? You know how to solve questions nicely. You are able to solve a good amount of them with good accuracy. That's why you're getting a 130 or a 140. The goal for you now is to take it a step higher. You need to understand that CET is an exam that is a ranked exam. You are competing against people that you don't know of, you've never met, you don't know how well they're going to perform on that day, you don't know how well you are going to perform on that day. Leaving all that aside, you don't know what the paper is going to be like. आपको कुछ पता नहीं होता इसमें. So there are so many variables that you have in CET that it really does not matter what you do right now. You just need to focus on everything. Like, it's not one thing, it is everything, right? So you need to be ready to just keep acing each and everything that you do. If IMS mocks are tough and you are getting 120, if the topper is at 140, reach the 140. If the topper is getting a 130 and you are at a 130, breach it and go to a 140. Make sure that you are constantly reaching the ceiling and going higher than what you expect, because that's what is expected for you from on the day of the exam, right? If you have a very easy paper on the day of the exam, you need to go for the 180s, you need to go for the 190s. You never know what CET throws at you. So to do that, all you can do is inculcate a mindset of constantly winning, constantly going to top, right? If you are able to do that, you're already a champion, you're already going for so much more, and you're already taking a very good path towards JBIMS. But I will say it again, just because you're scoring 130 right now doesn't mean that you're going to get JBIMS. So keep that in mind. There are so many instances of people who are scoring really well in mocks, and we had so much faith in them getting in, but they did not perform on the last day. And we have learned through them, and we're telling you this again and again. And we'll remind you throughout each and every video, mocks are only stepping stones and they do not decide your fate, right? So please keep that in mind. But for you, my recommendation is to take 3 to 4 mocks per week based on how you are feeling, but do not get burnt out. For you, the best thing I can suggest is taking passive mocks. In very short, passive mocks are taking mocks without caring about what you score in them. You just open the mock. I just start viewing the questions. I attempt what I can. I leave what I can't. I try to use as little paper as I can, right? So I only use it for puzzles. I only use it to remember numbers, but I don't do it for calculations. I just try to reduce my paper usage as much as possible. And I think this is the biggest tip that I received during my CT prep, and I'm giving that to you, right? Reduce the paper usage, take passive mocks, and make a very detailed video on this. So stay tuned to our channel for that. We'll be coming up with a lot of content over the next few weeks. You've already seen us post so much. If you're not following us on Instagram, we've been posting almost daily on Instagram. So please stay tuned to those channels because we have a lot of content. We have a lot of people backing us. We have a lot of results that actually show that we know what we're doing and we can help you get into JBIMS, right? So again, for the third bucket of people, if you are, I would suggest 3 to 4 mocks per week. Make it passive and do not get burnt out. Again, separate video on burnout, but burnout is essentially just doing too much, too fast, and not being able to do it in the last day, right? So make sure you are not doing that, and you do that by taking breaks, by being real, by understanding your limitations, by understanding that at some point there are other things to do. You want to do other things, you want to rejuvenate and refresh. Give yourself that time, give yourself that leeway. Don't be too hard on yourself. But until you reach 150 or rank 1 on the final day, neither of the 3 buckets can rest, and none of the 3 buckets can say that they are a student of JBIMS until they get the rank, right? So if you dream JBIMS, you are already in the best place. You are getting the best guidance possible. Stick to it, and we'll be more than happy to guide you through this, right? So again, summarizing this entire video, 39 days left for CET. If you've not taken a mock, take a mock based on what mock scores you're getting, 3 buckets below 110. If you're in this category, work on your foundations, solve more questions per day to cover the syllabus. If you're in the 100 to 130 category, your foundations are already clear. Figure out whether it's speed or accuracy that you're lacking and try to improve on both of it or either based on where you are by taking 40 to 50 directed questions per day. Figure out the root cause of why you aren't getting a 130, 140 and try to go towards it. If you are scoring 130 plus, congratulations, you've set a benchmark for yourself, but not a seat in JBIMS. Make sure you stick to this routine, to this tempo. Keep taking mocks every day. Keep going, putting in the effort every day. Take passive mocks, take fewer active mocks. See what you can do. Don't get burnt out. Figure out each and every nook and corner where you can improve your score. And that is how you get into JBIMS, right? That's kind of the summary of this entire video and very short. If there are any questions that you have, any other topics that you want me to make a video on, please drop them in the comments. We are more than happy to help you out here. We are here as mentors to guide you through your CET prep. So if there is anything you want, all my links and all TTP's links are in the description. Please feel free to reach out. We'll be happy to help you here, right? So please stay tuned and keep watching our videos. I'll see you in the next one. My name is Anay Dave. See you.